Hello, I would like to talk about UV unwrapping and editing UV textures. Usually in space we are using three-dimensional coordinates x, y and z to localize any point in space. But if we have objects that have a surface, for example like our Earth, then it's a bit uncomfortable to identify a town on our Earth using x, y and z space coordinates. Instead, we are using longitude and altitude. So here is the equator, and so now we can describe every single point on Earth using 2 coordinates instead of 3 coordinates. For example, Mannheim is located somewhere here, it's my hometown, and it has 2 coordinates, 49 degree north and 8.4 degree east. Now that I can localize any point on Earth using longitude and altitude, which is also called U and V coordinate in 3D modeling, I would like to paint some clouds onto the surface of my Earth model. But I would like to use my 2D software like Photoshop and GIMP instead of using a 3D software, which is far more complex than the 2D software. To achieve painting on 3D models using GIMP and Photoshop, we need a method called UV-Unwrapping. And this works as follows. I will now unwrap the surface of the Earth. I will make the surface very flat, like an image, and I have cut it the Earth, and now I will just unwrap its surface and unfold it into a very flat image. After I got the image, I can now open the image in Photoshop or GIMP. I can just zoom in and can paint onto the image, for example here around Mannheim. I will draw some pattern like this, and after I finish with drawing, I can just wrap the image again onto the 3D model, and now I have drawn onto the 3D model, and I can continue drawing on a 2D map and can just inspect the results on my 3D model. So to wrap it up, if you are familiar with 2D software like GIMP and Photoshop and you want to paint on 3D models, then you can just stick to Photoshop and GIMP, but you need a method called UV unwrapping. U stands for longitude, V stands for altitude, and is just another 2 parameters that are used instead of the 3-dimensional X, Y and Z coordinates in order to localize any point on a surface of an object.